Hi, today I'll teach you how to find the house position of the moon in your horoscope. And it's so important because it will show you what is the most deepest needs of a person, what makes him most comfortable or her most comfortable, what the person feels most at home with. It will show you the most, let's say, ingrained nature, the face that they don't show in public, but the very private face and the very private character of themselves, which gives them natural talents. But at the same way, the moon is so important to know about a person if you're going to live with that person, because you need to have compatible moon nature, because the moon shows how a person is in the most environment when he's most relaxed, when all the guards are down, so the most personal, vulnerable part of a person. And also the moon shows an area of life where it's more flexible, where it's more receptive, more feminine, where one needs nurturing, and when you have to be more careful in that area of your partner's life if you're looking at your partner's or your own horoscope. And the moon shows also the mother or the mother figures in your life, how you're nurtured emotionally and how you will nurture emotionally others. The moon will describe also the women in your life. Usually if you're a man, it will describe your primary partner that you marry, because usually it takes more, the wife takes a bit of a mother role later on in life as well. And a lot of other things which we'll talk about. But first of all, in order to find the moon house position, you need to know your time of birth. Without the time of birth, unfortunately, you cannot know the exact house position of the moon. To do that, go to my website astrolada.com, enter the exact, there is a birth chart calculator, there is a link directly to the birth chart calculator below this video. Enter the time of birth, the place of birth, the country of birth, the year, the day, everything. And once you have it, you get a table like that. You can use another birth chart calculator. Usually most will give you the circular chart. It doesn't matter which you use. We're using tropical Western astrology here. My birth chart calculator shows tropical positions, Western positions of the zodiac, and this is not Vedic astrology. I'm just using a chart which is more popular in Vedic astrology, but it's Western astrology. Or you can use the circular chart, and I want you to see where the symbols of the moon is. In my chart is indicates with MO, moon, abbreviation from the moon. And I want you, first of all, this is always the ascendant. This first square on top is the ascendant, and I want you to check the house position of the moon in two ways. Counting the squares in this direction, counterclockwise direction from the ascendant. Find out in which square the moon is. For instance, you might see the moon here. Sorry. MO. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So check the video for moon in the 5th house. And also, I want you to check what Roman numerical number is in the square where the moon is. For instance, if your moon is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, in the 4th square from the ascendant, which means it's in the 4th sign from the ascendant, I want you to check the video for moon in 4th house. But also, if you see the Roman numerical 5, I want you to check the video for the moon in the 5th house as well. Both house systems work, and both you identify with both. They're calculated in different ways, but they're within you both. Or sometimes you might have moon in the 1st square where the ascendant is, the ascendant sign, and also there will be the Roman numerical 1, so you have to check just for one house. But sometimes you might have for more than one houses to check. For 4th house, because the moon is in the 4th square from ascendant. For the 5th house, because the moon is in together with the 5th Roman numerical, and it might be as well another Roman numerical, which is number 6. So you have to check 3 house videos and you have to see which you identify best with. Okay, let's see what happens when you see that the moon is in the 2nd house. You'll see it in the 2nd square from the ascendant, which means in the 2nd sign from the ascendant. Or sometimes you might even see it here, but if you see the 2nd numerical here, and sometimes even you might see it in the 4th square, people who are born very much in the north, northern altitude, say St. Petersburg or Finland somewhere, they might even have the 2nd house cusp, the Roman numerical in the 4th square. Then But if the moon is in the second square or together with the second Roman numerical, number 2 of the Roman numerical in my chart, then you have the moon in the second house. And what does it mean? Having the moon in the second house is the most traditional house of values, of anything to do with stability, which tradition gives you stability, values, your family values gives you stability, your family gives you stability, settling down gives you stability. And the moon shows you emotional needs. So if you have the moon together with the second house cusp or in the second square, in the second sign from ascendant, you have emotional need of stability. You have emotional need of rhythms in life, of structure, of routine somehow. You have emotional need to settle down. Actually, these people, when they have a family, they become quite happy, they become quite settled emotionally. And second house is also money, finances, anything, the resources, the thing we possess, they give us stability, they give us a sense of settling down. So people who have moon in the second house, the emotional well-being can depend on if they have money. My mom, for instance, have that, and her confidence and all her mood fully depends on if she's financially better. It's okay. If not, her whole mood can be dragged down. She becomes very emotional. So such people definitely have this, the financial stability is something so important for them. And they have a desire to, they have a need to feel, comfortable in life. Second house is all the comforts in life which give us pleasure as well. All those sensual comforts, all those sensual material comforts, it might be possessions, it might be food, it might be, for instance, moon shows you emotional attachment, what you get attached to. And people with moon in the second house might get attached to possessions. So they might never throw something out. They might sometimes even become hoarders. My mom is like that with the moon in the second house. She never throws anything. Once they lost her suitcase in the airport, and 5 years later, she still cannot let it go. She was feeling so attached to all the clothes inside, all the things that she possessed. So such people feel very attached to the things they possess, and they try to keep things within the family, material or financial resources within the family. And also they have a need in their life of sensual stimulation and sensual pleasures like good food, good luxurious fabrics. They really appreciate those. Not only appreciating, they need them actually. They need them to feel emotionally stable. Like good food, good textiles, wine, perfumes, foods, such people can, it's important for them in their life, those things. They give them a sense of comfort. If you're having someone to visit you who have their moon in the second house, so if you're in love with a man or a woman with their moon in the second house, make them a lovely dinner. Take them somewhere to satiate their senses, beautiful views, or buy them a beautiful dress with some luxurious material, something just that is nice, like some satin pajamas that is nice to the touch, just good food, kind of more sensual stimulation, and they're yours. They'll feel so comfortable and at ease with you. And remember, don't try to take from such people something that is theirs. They might feel vulnerable if you try and take some of their resources away from them, whether it's financial or any kind of material resources. But they're at the same time great nurturers and providers, those people, because they feel the need to take care of those needs, the essential needs of others, like food. They can be really good cooks and foodies, and they can be great providers. They have an emotional need to provide for the family, to take care of the family. And also such people, second house shows your the things that you possess, and moon shows properties. So for such people, properties, possessing properties, can be very important for their stability. Having a home, having a place of base of operation, it's so important for such people. You want to take the heart of a woman with this position? Well, provide for her a lovely home, she'll be yours. Provide for her a good, stable place, and she'll choose you. She will not go for the wild man so much, unless she has some other overpowering influences. But generally, they need stability, they need financial stability. It's not a gold digger position, but it's their need to feel provided, to have stability around them, and they would gladly nurture as well others themselves, but they cannot be with someone too, irresponsible. And as I said, they might have income regarding properties and vehicles, and also mother. The moon represents the image of the main carer and nurturer in your life, usually the mother. Sometimes, if there was no mother, it might be the father that took that role, or grandmother. But usually people who have the moon in the second house, their mother was in the role of a carer with traditional values, nurturer with traditional values, for whom stability was very important, for whom financial stability was important, and she was trying to always provide as well. She was a great provider. And I think, yes, the home of such a person, the moon also shows the home, what kind of home they'll have. It will be stable, it will be more traditional. Don't go with extreme futuristic homes, but let's see, it also shows how well you manage your financial resources, and because the moon is fluctuating, for such people money can be fluctuating, or financial resources, they can be ebbing, and especially if you have your ascendant in Sagittarius, then the moon rules the 8th house. There can be sudden reversals in your financial situation. And it doesn't have to be for bad, actually it be for good. It might be sudden inheritance, sudden, if you're ascendant in Sagittarius, sudden changing of your, all of a sudden winning a lottery or something, because 8th house in the second house of your money, 8th house is other people's money or unexpected resources, or the finances of your partner, all of a sudden changing your financial situation. So for such people, maybe the partner can be a great provider, or something happens in your life which changes their financial circumstances a lot. And there are different combinations. If you have your ascendant in Aquarius, for instance, then the moon would rule the 6th house in most cases, which shows when the moon is in the 2nd house for ascendant Aquarius, such people might have definitely debts in their life, because 6th house rules debts. So for them, managing their finances, one big debt will definitely be connected with their finances somehow in their life, and they might have to overcome a few difficulties till they become financially settled. Or people who have their Leo ascendant, then the ruler of the 12th house of expenses goes in the 2nd house of finances. So such people might be spending a lot more. Leo ascendants with moon in the 2nd house can be spending more, or can just be big spenders, very generous, or at the same time they just can have sudden expenses out of the blue. Or if you have Scorpio ascendant, then the moon rules your 9th house of luck. So such people might be much more lucky financially. They might have lucky breaks in their life, they're kind of blessed. Or if you have Pisces ascendant, such people as well might have 5th house is a very lucky house. So again, they can have more financial luck in their life, especially with speculations, and their children can somehow contribute and bring money and financial stability to their life, because Pisces ascendant, the moon rules the 5th house in the 2nd house. So children become the reason for your financial stability somehow. And we can talk about all the signs, but or if you have, for instance, Virgo ascendant, then the rule of 11th house, which is the house where you make money, the house of making your own money, goes into the 2nd. Such people are usually big earners with Virgo. With Virgo ascendants, then the ruler of the 11th goes into the 2nd house of stored wealth. So gain wealth becomes stored wealth. So the wealth that you make, the money that you generate, you can store them well, and you can take good care of them and save them for something, for instance. So they tend to have better finances than some of the previous ascendant people that I mentioned. Okay, thank you so much, and yes, write down your comments.